What is your guys' music guilty pleasure? Like something that nobody would expect to listen to?
I don't really have any guilty pleasures. I'm pretty loud and proud with everything I listen to. But just today I was listening to the new Adam Lambert song. There you go.
There you go.
I as well don't really have anything I'm too embarrassed about. I like Hall Notes a lot. I think some people might consider that a guilty pleasure. I just think it's a pleasure.
Very cool.
Hall and Oates.
Hall Notes.
I don't know. I know I can rock out to the Spice Girls every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's kind of a guilty pleasure. All right. You guys have changed your sound so frequently in every CD, and each sound has like a new reinvention of who you guys really are. So how do you get that process started when you go to make a new album?
It just happens. It isn't something we really do on purpose.
Okay.
It's just, it's 3 years in between every record, so in those intervening 3 years, we're kind of different people doing different things and listening to different things,
Yeah. Also, like as a fan or as people listening to our music, they get a record every couple of years, and that's where they get to figure out where we are. But for us, it's an evolution. We're sort of every day becoming a slightly different band. So it's just the records where we actually document that. There's a lot of talking with my hands.
That's cool.
Roddy.
I think it's like a Polish thing. I don't know. I do it a lot too.
It's a Polish thing?
Supposedly.
Maybe
That's
I'm
what I've been
Polish.
told. All
You're
right.
Polish?
I am. Very.
How do you
very
spell your
big.
last name? Same with an I.
D-U-R-E-C-K-I.
Okay, I.
Not Haradny would be the other, my mom's maiden name, so. Very Polish in the blood. Alright, what's your favorite part of coming to Detroit? Like, when you get a chance to relax for a second, do you have any spots that you like to go to, eat, whatever?
I don't know if I've ever really hung. I've been to Detroit many, many times. I don't know if I've ever hung in Detroit, but Smith, my brother, has got Detroit pretty dialed. He spent a lot of time here, so.
I sort of enjoy the kind of, I don't want to sound like I'm talking trash, but it's sort of post-apocalyptic feel that Detroit has, where it's like,
I think everybody does.
I was just reading this article in a newspaper a couple days ago before we got here about the whole culture of people that go into all the abandoned buildings, and some do it as scavengers trying to find material to sell. Some people do it just like to explore, or some people do it to like for graffiti. But this like team of kids found this at the old Packard plant, found this old dump truck, like a 3-axle dump truck, like a 4-ton vehicle on the 4th floor. And so they devised this way of like pushing it out the window, which is like their thing. They go to these buildings, they find things to throw out the windows. So they had to knock down a wall to push this dump truck, and then they had to figure out how to like jack it up so it tipped enough to slide out. But it wasn't like a one-day thing, so when they left, another team of kids showed up to do it, like found it and had the same idea, but they couldn't do it either, so it was this race to like push this big truck out of it. And they finally did it, and it fell for some reason.
Yeah, it gets pretty extreme with the abandoned houses. I used to work at a demo company, and the guys that would go and like measure and stuff were always like real nervous to go in, because you just see people like, oh, you just knocked down the house that I had down the street, and it's really sad. It really is. But I hear ya.
But there's something that's kind of interesting about it.
Yeah, I mean it's got its own feel to it, that's for sure. All right, do you guys have any before concert like rituals that you do?
You should drink a lot of that, and stretching. The usual thing. We're sort of athletic on stage, so anything that you're about to do an athletic endeavor.
Yeah, you guys do some pretty wicked jumps and things. So. Alright. Is every song that you guys written about something that's happened directly in your life?
Yeah, musically it's a little different than lyrically. Lyrically, I think for Dave, a lot of things he writes are experiences, things he's seen, things that have happened to him, or a lot of his older lyrics were just sort of abstract, using his own life. I think put words in his mouth.
Well, yes, it's good. What are some goals that you guys have set regarding the band's future and your own personal goals?
I'm not sure we have like these real specific goals other than, you know, with each record we try to outdo ourselves. We try to make a record that we're more proud of than last. You know, and we just want to tour behind those records and play shows and enjoy what we do. You know, we don't really have like goals to just be on MTV and then play this show and that. We just sort of like to see a general improvement from all perspectives.
Okay, what is your guys' personal favorite off of New Ski?
I'll say Beautiful Blues is my personal favorite.
I like Cold Hands. That's my favorite song.
Alright, what challenges have you guys have to overcome musically and personally to become the success that you guys are now?
Well, it's hard to have much of a personal life when you're totally devoted to a band, you're
Right.
gone all the time. So I think your personal life takes some hits, but it's great. I mean, any kind of challenges you have are totally worth it to actually live this lifestyle. You know, it's pretty much one of the best lifestyles you can live is be able to make a living playing music, doing what you love.
What is the craziest situations you guys have been in regarding one of your fans?
You know, our band's pretty nice. They don't really put us in too many weird situations. I mean, you know, I remember one time we did this on-air radio thing in LA, and it was like at this mall, because the radio station had like it was an outdoor mall, had a like a off-site kind of like booth setup or whatever. But there was tons, there was like hundreds of people came out to just hang out while we were doing this radio thing. And then we went to leave, and everyone started to leave to get back to your car. You had to go through this theater and then down into this garage, and everyone started running towards us and started chasing us. And then we got down to our car and we started leaving, and we heard this kind of like sound, this kind of rushing sound, and like hundreds of kids were, you remember this? Were running through the underground parking lot towards us. Like, I mean, it's good natured, but it was crazy because there was like hundreds of people running at you, like all spread out in this kind of like Braveheart thing, like towards the car. I don't know what they were gonna do when they got there.
It was just like everyone was just sort of caught up in the moment and just having fun. It was like, the band's leaving, chase the band.
But the driver was kind of freaked out, so he like started doing this crazy driving to get away from because he didn't really understand what was going on.
And that's what freaked me out, because we were suddenly driving 40 miles an hour in this parking garage doing this, but the kids knew that all they did was run through the cars to get to where we were going to be. And I was just afraid. I was like, okay, we're going to run over a kid, and it's going to be the end of this.
Oh my God.
So it was funny. It was kind of like a modern day zombie movie. You know, like 20 days later, like the zombies run really fast.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
That's awesome. Questions?
Cool. Well,
Thank you for answering them.
Thank you.
I thought many days. I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit.
It was a very professional interview.
Thank you. I'm trying not to freak out here, so I'm sorry. I'm a little starstruck. I'm keeping it in. Don't want to be one of your stories in the future.
Great.
But I just want to show you guys, I do have a tattoo dedicated on the back here.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of been my goal to show you guys one day.
Yeah, let me get it on the camera
We
there.
just played that today at sound check.
Definitely one of my favorite songs.
That's
Means the
neat.
most to me.
Cool.
That is cool.
So I
I've
really
never seen-
appreciate meeting you guys and
Yes,
doing
nice to meet you.
this. So
Perfect.
brag to the world.
Enjoy your AFI.
Yeah.